All right, guys, so in this strategy we are using fractals, we are using Bollinger Bands, and we are using RSI, right, relative strength index, fractals on our main charts, and we are using Bollinger Bands. Fractals is one of my best indicators so far, guys. I don't know if you guys can remember, I've done a strategy using fractals before and it was a very good one. So this is another one that is very solid. We are combining this with RSI. Of course, we know that RSI is an oscillator. We know what that does. If you watch my previous videos, I explain what oscillators do. And Bollinger Bands will help us with the trends, right? While fractals give us entry points. Okay, so let's just quickly go into it. I'll show you guys the setup shortly, but I'll urge you guys to try to learn to do without the indicators, guys. It's very important. If I'm teaching my students, I teach them to do without these indicators, because sometimes the indicators lag and give you false information, right? Sometimes they don't follow. Indicators are designed to actually follow price movement, right? They're designed to actually follow price movement. So if at a point price moves faster than indicators, that means the information you'll be getting from indicators are not going to be accurate at that point. So for you to successfully use indicators, indicator-based strategies, you need to have an idea of how the market actually works, right? You need to actually have an idea of the market with your naked eyes without this indicator, so that you make the best of the indicator strategies, right? So if you don't know much about how to analyze the market with your naked eyes, you should enroll in my mentorship program. It's very affordable, and I teach people how to actually do this without the indicators, because that is a more sustainable way to make profits from the market. The indicators will give you quick money, don't quote me wrong. The indicators will give you quick money, but might not be sustainable as to when you are analyzing the market by yourself with your naked eyes and only using these indicators to further confirm what you've seen already. That being said, I'm going to show you guys the setup. I'm going to show you guys how to use it to your advantage. Now notice that the market just spiked. Good. The market spiked, and for a while the indicators, the fractal on our main chart, did not print, right? So you only take advantage, you only take an entry, take advantage of this if you see the indicator print on your chart, right? These fractals, I mean, you need to see that there is fractals on your chart, but that's not enough though. You're just going to have to add other confirmations, which I'll be sharing in this video, so make sure you watch till the end. And if you're a new person on our channel, do well to subscribe. If you're new here, ensure to subscribe and turn your notification bell, because we are going to be giving you guys more of these strategies that would help you make quick money from the market. So of course, join our mentorship program so you learn more about how to trade professionally. All right, so let's quickly go into that. The fractals would go with the default setup, but I like to use the color red for my style. So you just do that and use 3 pixel if you have to follow this well. So just use 3 pixel. Okay, click done when you're done with that, and you have your fractals appear on your chart. All right, the next thing you want to be adding would be the RSI, your relative strength index, period of 1. Apply to close. Levels should be 85 and 15. Okay, when you go there, 85 and 15, you change the style. Make sure the color is not the same as the background of your chart. All right, you can see I am using the white chart. My background is white, so I'm using black color here for my levels. Okay, so you do that. 2 pixel is cool. Click done. And when you come back to the main page where you have your period applied to levels and all of that, please ensure to use the same color as the background of your chart this time around. Okay, ensure to use the same color as the background of your chart this time around. You can see the background of my chart is white, so I'm using white color. Okay, click done when you're done with that, and you have your RSI levels 85 here. Let me use the arrow to point that out. 85 here, and level 15 here. All right, so we have that. The next thing we want to be adding to our chart would be the Bollinger Bands. Bollinger Bands will help us detect the trend of the market. If you can't do that without your naked eyes, you should learn that, please. But for now, you can depend on Bollinger Bands for that information. So we are using period of 14, shift of 0, deviation should be 200, all right, 200.000, just put 200 there, and then apply to close. Levels are not needed this time, so you skip it. And then for visualization, time frame, of course, all time frames. And then for styling, I'm using color green. Okay, you can decide to use color green or any other color that will be visible on your chart, but make sure, of course, you should just follow the same colors, right? The same colors as I'm using here. You click done when you're done with that, and you have your setup already. Okay, now if you notice, this is a very strong strategy, guys. It's a very strong strategy. Now you notice that I'm moving my screen and my Bollinger Band seems to appear on my 85 level of the RSI. You can see. All right, so you want to see that your Bollinger Band crosses over the level 85 of your RSI, and it's sloping back into the level, right? It's sloping back, it crosses the level and comes back down. And then you want to also see that there is the fractals printed after a spike, right? After a spike. Now this strategy is for us to catch some candlesticks and avoid the spikes. Okay, we are just catching some candlesticks. We are not trading the spikes, we are trading against the spikes. That means we are selling for the boom 1000 index market. This strategy is also perfect for the crash 1000 index market. You can use this strategy for any other boom and crash index market, but I am very comfortable with boom 1000 and crash 1000 index market. So I don't like to really, well, it's not as if I don't trade other boom and crash instruments, but I like to really focus on boom 1000 and crash 1000 markets, right? So like I said, all you have to do is see that your Bollinger Bands crosses over the level 85 of the RSI and then slopes below it, and then you want to see that there was a spike and also the fractals had printed on your main chart. Okay, if that happens, you just have to wait for 1 or 2 bearish candlesticks to close, and then you take your sell and catch 10 to 15 candlesticks. I would like for you guys to be very careful with this and probably target less, all right, at a time. When you are trading this, make sure you just catch 5 or 10 candlesticks. You just leave the market and look for another setup. Just be patient, keep looking for similar setups, and just keep going like that. All right, you can see how powerful this is whenever these things play out. Now another thing I need you to pay attention to is when you move your screen like this, ensure that you're only taking a trade when you see that you're moving your screen to the left and right, and your Bollinger Bands is still showing that it had crossed over the level 85 of your RSI and it's sloping towards that level, I mean below that level. All right, if that doesn't happen, you should just avoid that market, right? You can see here, this guy here, it is still around the level 85 no matter how I push my screen. Some of you like to ask of zoom level, that's why I'm explaining this. So you can see it's still at my level 85 of the RSI indicator, right? No matter how I push my screen. And then there was a print of the fractal on my main chart, and then what did you see next? This much drop. You can see how price just kept selling at that level. It just kept going down. If you count with me, you would see that there are more than 20 candlesticks here before a spike. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13. It's more than, it's even up to 50 if I'm not mistaken. All right, so that means this strategy is solid. I want you guys to make a lot of money from it, and bring testimonies to the comment section, bring testimonies to my inbox on WhatsApp. My WhatsApp number would be on the description box of this video, so that you guys can reach out in case you need clarity for anything or you want to join my team. We share premium signals every blessed day, guys. You guys can just please go to the to the description box of this video and click the free Telegram link, so you see for yourself how well we are doing for ourselves over there. We've been consistently milking the market over the years, and you know enough to tell that consistency pays a lot, right? And we've been doing this for years, and it's definitely what we know how to do best. So it's actually something that you want to be a part of. You can see what I'm saying. If I keep backtesting, we'll keep seeing similar results. Now there's one secret I want to still spill in this video, so make sure you watch this video to the end. Okay, make sure you watch this video to the end. Now let me first of all show you guys how it works for the crash market. How does it work for the crash market? How does it work for the crash market? What's keeping my chart from loading? Okay, now for the crash market, we want to be buying this time around. We are not selling. We want to be buying this time around because we are going against spikes. We are not trading the spikes. We are looking for ways to avoid the spikes. So you want to be buying, all right? Now, you want to see that your Bollinger Bands is below the level 15 this time around. Level 15 of your RSI, okay? Just like what happened here. And then you want to see that it rallies up from there, right? You want to see that it pushes up from that level 15. After crossing below level 15, you want to see that it pushes up from that level 15. And then you want to also see that there is a print. There is a print of the fractal on your main chart here. Okay? And then you want to count. You want to take your shots, of course. Remember that you have to always check your screen from left to right to see that you are still what is it called? The indicators are not repenting or lagging at that point. So you want to see that. You want to see that that's clear, and then you take your buy. Remember, you're buying now. You see how far this went. I'm sure that would have been more than 20 candlesticks if you count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23 before there was a spike. Okay, so you always have to wait for a spike to happen, just like this one, and then you have to see that during the time when your Bollinger Bands was around level 15 of your RSI and pushing back up from there, that was about the same time that the fractal printed on your main chart. And you want to take your shot. And then you want to take up to 10 candlesticks and just leave the market and look for another similar setup. All right, if I back test, you see that it plays out a lot. And this indicator, this particular indicators really don't lag that much, right? Really don't. I like Bollinger Bands. I like fractals. I like RSI. These indicators are actually good, especially the setup I'm sharing with you guys. I've shared with you guys in this video. It's actually really good, so you guys can just make the most out of it. And please use your money wisely. When you make profits from these strategies, use the money to develop yourself, learn the skill, learn to actually do it as professional traders. All right, learn to actually do it as professional traders, and avoid using the indicators all the time. Okay, avoid using these indicators. Avoid depending solely on the indicators. That's the point I'm trying to make. Okay, now having said that, of course I'll backtest again and just keep showing you guys how far this goes most of the time. Sometimes it doesn't work out, but a lot of times it would work out for you to get to make tangible profits out of the market. And pay for mentorship. You don't necessarily need to pay me, right? Pay anybody else that you trust, that you know can deliver you and teach you. One thing is knowing how to trade, another thing is being able to impact the knowledge on somebody else, like being able to teach somebody else. It's a whole lot of work, right? If you're not passionate about teaching somebody, you won't be able to do it. So even if you pay somebody and they don't deliver, it's not, well, I don't think anybody should get your money if they are not willing to deliver. So I'm not going to even support whoever takes your money and not deliver, right? What you paid for. But just understand that it's not easy to teach anybody anything. Not even trading alone. It's not easy to teach anybody anything. So you need to be sure that whoever you want to pay is passionate about teaching, right? It's passionate about teaching. So let's just keep let me show you guys more what is it called, more let me keep back testing, keep showing you guys how this thing works. You can see here, I wouldn't take this trade. You see how this guy was repenting around here, was just lagging around here. Oh I don't know what I wanted to do, sorry about that. So if you notice this particular guy here, this Bollinger Bands around this level, all right, when I move my screen, it drops, right? It is not around that level anymore. I wouldn't take that trade. I would just run away from that trade. But you see, it still went all the way up. Right? Probably I would feel bad that I did not take it, but it's better off to play safe than, you know, take unnecessary, uncalculated risk and all of that, right? So remember I said I was going to spill a secret that will help you guys. Now let me start with the crash market. So if you want to really, well, you have to have a little knowledge of naked trading, right? You have to be able to analyze the market with your naked eyes, so that when you come to a higher time frame, of course, you have to always check a higher time frame for more confirmations of what you're seeing on the chart. So all you want to see is a bullish momentum on the higher time frame, right? Bullish momentum on the higher time frame. If you can even go as far as 4 hours, wow, you can see that 4 hours printed a very serious bullish candlestick here. You see this much rejection. All right, you can see how the candle closed with you can see how it closed. You can see there was a lot of bullish pressure there. So if this happens, right, if this happens and you go to a lower time frame and you see that everything I explained earlier had played out on a lower time frame, you stand a higher chance of winning this trade than somebody who did not check these other time frames for all of this, right? So if you know your chart patterns, you know your candlestick patterns. That's what I teach my students, so most of them know these things. And you know your supply demand zones, you know where price is likely to sweep out, liquidity and all of that. It will help you, right? It will really help you. So this is it. I'm likely to look for setups on this market because it's looking very fine. It's looking very fine. So that's it for the boom 1000 market. When you go to a higher time frame, you want to see a bearish momentum. You want to see that price had come to a key supply zone, and you want to see that there is a bearish momentum on that zone, and then you want to go to your lower time frame and look for those other confirmations that we mentioned. Okay, so do this, follow everything I just said religiously, and bring some positive feedbacks. If you check the free Telegram group, you will see a lot of positive feedbacks from people who are following us carefully and religiously. People who are taking free signals are even still testifying. And imagine what the people who are in the VIP group are doing. Like, a lot of people, we are enjoying, actually. We are really enjoying. It's been a lot of years, you know, doing nothing else but reading the charts and all of that. So you don't expect less from that much consistency. I'll see you guys in the next video. So just do well to follow this up and drop your feedbacks, right? Share the video so that to get to people who might want to have access to this knowledge, guys. I'll see you guys later in the next video.